And we are live. Hello, guys. Welcome back to Fox to Fox Reports. And this is the pre match review Burton versus Leicester City for the Carabao Cup first round. Quite a new experience for me because I can't remember last time Leicester were playing the first round of the Carabao Cup. Probably that was back when it wasn't called the Carabao Cup anymore. It was something, I think it was like just called the EFL Cup. Um, but yeah, we're in championship now, so we got to play the first round against Burton Albion over away, which hasn't been the slightest easy task for us in recent times because it was 2 seasons ago in preseason where we lost to Burton on PKs, but I'll get to that later on. But first, going into the comments, Leicester for life, always present, always here on the stream. Love it. 85 minutes away, but my prediction is 3-0, Mavididi goal, McAteer, and Kalichi and Nacho goal. Possibly. I don't see Mavididi, McAteer, or Kalichi playing the first half, perhaps second half, depending on how we do in the first half. We'll see. Pratt should play over Ndidi. Yes, I agree completely. Ndidi, though he can take the ball away as much as attacking goes, necessarily doesn't do much for us, and instead kind of loses the ball or gives a poor pass. Is Doyle a left back or a center back? Preferably with the players that we have on the left and right, our preferred left backs and right backs, I would put Doyle in center back. Way ahead of Vestergaard, because we have Christensen, we have James Justin. Why would you not play them? I don't see anything wrong with them. I think they're quality players, but so far they haven't been playing. Christensen, I don't know if he should be back for tomorrow's match or he'll be back for this weekend's match against Huddersfield, but we'll see. I already said that. Klitschy and Nacho, Steffi, Mabadidi will score. Yeah, I mean, like I said before, if they come on second half, without a doubt, they both played a great game. Mabdidi, a one-game wonder. I hope not. That's the big question that we've been kind of thinking about. Will he be a one-game wonder compared to Tete? As far as who made a bigger impact, well, Tete scored his first goal in his debut against Aston Villa, and just provided numerous opportunities in that match. Mavididi, I guess, not close to Tete on the first debut performance. I think Tete had a better performance, but we all know how Tete went on after that, just didn't perform. But I just have much more hope in Mavadidi that he will, not be a one-game wonder and will be a crucial, just important winger for us, especially being, that number 10. Duck, we would cash in on Ndidi, who doesn't look the same, and Ward plus Samora, Castagna, possibly even Albrighton if needed. I don't want to sell Castagna, but he doesn't want to be here, so might as well. Yes, I'll get to that, to the transfer rumors after after I get all about after we're done talking about Burton. Hey Jeff, hey Blue Fox, how's it going? Hello, first time here. Terry, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so pretty much a brief introduction on what Fox to Fox Report's about. It's post-match discussions on almost every single match from Leicester City, at least the ones that I can watch. So yeah, welcome. So going into first things first, the Carabao Cup, thoughts on how should we take it this season? So personally, the fact that we're playing more matches in the championship costs for us to rest or take as much rest time as we can because we're trying to get promoted. Going into the playoffs, that is kind of nerve-wracking. Certainly I think the nerves would get to us if we were to go all the way to the playoffs and just one team out of the 4 teams that are in the playoffs qualifies. I prefer us to focus more on first or second, depending on how we're doing. And so far, we're doing okay. But Do I want us to perhaps, see how far we go in the Carabao Cup or in the League Cups in general, Carabao Cup and FA Cup? Most certainly. I do still see us, though we're in the championship, we have the quality of a Premier League team. Now, what kind of Premier League team? I can't say that, but we've always gotten far in the League Cups. Of course, now we don't have Madison, we don't have Tielemans, but we do have new players and also players coming in during this transfer window, at least what's left of it. So I don't expect us to be with the same squad that we have currently. I expect more players to leave as well as more to come in. At most, I kind of predict 2 more players coming in. And I would prefer if it be a number 10 that could perhaps work with Dennis Pratt. Or if Dennis Pratt is were to leave, then we need a number 10. Because last match against Coventry, we needed that number 10. We were mostly playing on the wings. There was no playmaker there, and that's a really crucial position that we need to have already sealed. Because if you have no playmaker, then who knows how long we can keep up with trying to play on the wings. Next thing you know, teams will already read us out, and we may not perform or get away with that win like we did against Coventry, which I believe we got really, really lucky on. But 8 changes at least must be made because we have a game 3 days later against Huddersfield. So the same starting 11 that, played against Coventry obviously need to be switched out. And also the fact that Burton, we are playing a team that's in League One, we have to rest players. Recapping our previous performance against Coventry, pretty much what I said. We had great possession. The fact that we were playing a team that necessarily wasn't to the standards of quality compared to us because they kept losing the ball. We kept retrieving it back, and we had numerous opportunities, but we got lucky in terms of them not finishing their opportunities. The fact that they scored the corner, they had other chances where they could have scored. And I said it, any Premier League striker who had the same opportunity as Sims, the number 9, would have scored. And it would have been a drastic, just horrible, horrible first game in the championship for us. So, like I said, we got lucky there. But anyways, 3 points, and we move on. Last time we drew to Burton 0-0. But we lost 3-1 in penalties. So that was 2 seasons ago during preseason where we pretty much had a very decent squad with Madison, with Tielemans, with Daka. That's when I think that was his first game when he was signed during that summer. And we had Vardy come on second half, Kelechi Iheanacho come on second half, and still we drew. Yes, it's preseason. It was the first game. Everyone's not fit yet, but I don't know. I still kind of see, how did we not win? But we lost 3-1 in penalties. Hopefully that does not happen tomorrow. But, we can't make any promises because I think, was it last season we were playing in the Carabao Cup, I think against Newport. We got all the way to PKs. I think they were a League 2 team. And we had lost either our first 3 home match or at least our first 3 games in the Premier League. And then, the Carabao Cup last season was all the way to PKs against a League 2 side. But that's not, as it is now. We won our first match in the championship, pretty much bring up momentum. I think we'll do quite well in this match. But like I said, we can't promise anything. Going into the comments, let's see what you guys said. Stellar sick to start. I think so. I hope, Everson is in the plans of Maresca, though he wasn't there against Coventry, but that may be a valid point. He may start. Not a lot of transfer rumors at the moment. I'll get to that later on. My question, I went onto Fox's Hub. It says $4.50 per pounds per month, but says to listen on the tab. So how are we supposed to watch? Anyone have an idea? I'm not sure. I did hear about that. They're not really offering the live stream to watch for player or for fans, in the UK, but I'm an international fan, so I kind of have that that privilege of watching it in other streams. That's a question for other people that are in the UK. Leicester home kits are too expensive. I agree. The fact that we're in the championship, you would think they would at least, drop it down a couple of pounds. But I think, if anything, if I can remember the last time I bought the jersey for last season, I think it was a bit more expensive, this one. But anyways, I'm trying to see which one I get. I'm kind of debating whether it's the away one or the third kit, because I'd like those both. But I will get the training kit. I mentioned it before. I love the training kit. I love the blue one. I love the pink one. Definitely getting that. Thoughts on Vardy at the moment, in my opinion, isn't the same. I agree. Certainly that kind of player where you play long balls and he'll just win it with pace. That's not happening anymore. He needs that assistance. He, if anything, any hard runs where he will get to the ball, you'll probably say like 2 or 3 opportunities, and that's it. He won't be doing that all match. And it did show that against Coventry, where he was pretty much locked off. He needed someone to be with him, either Kelechi Iheanacho or Patson Daka. Who's your favorite Leicester player? Well, I have a lot. I say the player that brought me into me loving this club is Vardy. Vardy is a player that kind of plays the same way I like to play, with pace. Obviously, you can't do that now, but the fact that back then in 2016, he was able to, beat players at pace and just play long ball, play a pretty simple type of strategy in this style, that's what I liked, and that's what drawn me to loving this club. No worries. But yes, going back into this pre-match review, Burton will be trying to forget their previous match. So if you guys did not notice, Burton lost their first match away in League One against Blackpool with one pretty embarrassing, kind of goal. I will share that with you guys. Let me just get that clip on and just share this. So here is the first goal that Blackpool scored on Burton. Playing now. So it looks like, the defense not too confident in getting that ball out. Blackpool were up by 1-0. And then just going into the other second goal, where it was pretty much the defender's fault in just not securing that header. If you just watch, boom. I can't say that we haven't done the same thing, because we have. And what a beautiful finish, overhead, making it 2-0. And that's pretty much how it ended for that match for Blackpool, where Burton lost those points. But going now into talking about a chance for certain players to prove something. So the players that did not play against Coventry, James Justin, Suter, who yet we don't know whether he'll be in the plans of Maresca or not, and Castagna, who also we don't know whether he'll be in the plans of Maresca. So I expect them to come on, if anything, start, and they have to prove a point. And the player that I want most to prove his point is James Justin. He is pacey. He knows how to play with his left back, with his left winger. So he's a very important player, which I hope can soon become a starter at left back for Maresca. So with that in mind, we can give Ricardo Pereira some rest time, because I don't expect him to play this match against Burton. Pereira, I think he has to rest or play one match every other match week. If he plays more than that, I feel like he's gonna get injured. So first thing, going off into the comments again, what are you guys saying? Jeffrey I'm here from the US. Pretty good goal. Messi, Ronaldo, Jeff. Honestly, if I watched them, but I haven't drawn to their, to that being that Messi fan, Ronaldo fan. I was drawn to Vardy, and I've watched Messi numerous times before, before I liked Leicester City, but I just haven't felt that connection that I felt with Vardy and the entire Leicester City squad. So, I'll watch them, but I can't really say I'm a fan of Messi or Ronaldo. I'm a fan of Vardy. That's what I'm a fan of. So going into the starting 11 that I want to see, and let me just bring that to you guys right now. And that is with the formation of a 4-4-2. So this is a mix of players that didn't play and also seeing a different formation that perhaps you could try out against a League One side like Burton. I do have Everson here starting, but there could be a chance that Stolarczyk, the Polish goalkeeper, could get a start because he was present at the game against Coventry, which Everson or Ward weren't. But yes, I want to see Everson in goal, James Justin on the left, Fast, Suter, and Castagna. Now, going back to that comment that we had previously, let me just get there. 1 second. Going back to Duck, I don't want to sell Castagna, but he doesn't want to be here. So yes, there is that kind of just message that you see from Castagna that he necessarily doesn't want to be here. But I want to give Pereira a rest, and we don't have Christensen, so only option is to have Castagna there on the right back, and Suter, a player that he's not necessarily bad. I think he's good, but he just needs to I mean, at least I want to see him play like that, see if Maresca has a point or not. But I think he's a quality defender and much faster than Vestergaard. Is probably I don't know if he's the same height as Vestergaard, but wins balls in the air, has a bit more quicker pace than Vestergaard. So why would you bench Suter and not Vestergaard? But hopefully he plays, and hopefully we see the quality of the defender that Suter is. But we'll have to see. And then going into the midfield, Samore, if there's a player that I can tell you that will probably be leaving, it'd probably be Samore. We haven't seen him on the bench against Coventry. At least I don't think he was, or barely any minutes in preseason. I assume that Samori is just on the verge of leaving, as Maresca does not want him. Dennis Pratt, important player right now at the moment because he came on against Coventry and just pretty much took control of that midfield, as well as providing a beautiful cross to Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Chowdhury, another player, get some game time, see what he can do, and Albrighton. Now, the reason I don't want to start McAteer or Mavadidi is because we have to rest. We have, like I said, we have a game 3 days later after tomorrow, and we need to have our starting players, in tip-top shape and not have the risk or run the risk of getting injured against, Burton in a League's Cup match where necessarily the most important is the championship. So I'll put Albrighton there on the right side, and Kalichi Iheanacho and Patson Daka. Yes, I want Kalichi Iheanacho to play next match or the following match against Huddersfield, but since he didn't play that many minutes against Coventry, put him on at least the first half, see what happens, and have Patson Daka be next to him and see what those two can work out. But pretty much, yeah, this is a starting 11 where we want players that haven't played, barely got any minutes against Coventry, to see what they can show us in this Carabao Cup match. But let me know your thoughts. Leave it all in the comments section below. And going into perhaps this could possibly be the last match for certain players. Now, I think it's the last match maybe for Samore, for Denny Ward. Doubt he'll be there, but I don't see him staying any longer. Everson, honestly, if he's not on the bench or if he doesn't even start tomorrow, then I think he's more so gone. And like I said, Samore, Ndidi, I don't know. We don't have any new players coming in just yet, but if we do, I'm assuming he may leave. But at the moment, players that can leave but can't leave just yet until we have new players is Pratt, is Ndidi, is Castagna, and I think Suter. I'm not going to bet on Vestergaard being fit for all the matches that we have in the championship because numerous matches that we have. But that's pretty much all I have for this pre-match review against Burton tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. So definitely, let's see what happens. Hopefully, we win with flying colors by 3-0, 4-0. My prediction, I say 3-0. I'm just going off, how Burton played in their last match against Blackpool, but we'll see. Duck, is McAteer a starter now? I presumably think so. I think so because right now we don't have any right winger other than Albrighton, which I don't necessarily trust because he's kind of old and can't really keep up with the pace. Unless we get that player from Crystal Palace, Raisaka, I think's his name, that Leicester apparently are trying to get some sort of loan deal, hopefully an option to buy, because I think he's a great winger. If we get him, then certainly there will be that competition for the right wing. But as far as left wing goes, no one's touching Mavadidi. I think that's his preferred position, and Maresca will give him that spot. Dennis Pratt should be starting. Totally agree. Since he got a couple of minutes against Coventry, without a doubt, start him for the match against Burton, and then maybe pull him out like at the 60th minute or 50th minute, and obviously have him play again against Huddersfield because he is a playmaker, and that's pretty much the only playmaker that we have, in my opinion. If Daka plays as he has recently, should we sell him? Well, we'll see what he has against Burton tomorrow if he plays. I certainly think he will. Well, we'll see. Depending on that match, then we'll kind of depend whether he should stay or not. But basing it off right now, as far as pacey strikers, we don't have a really pacey striker other than Vardy, but rarely. He'll give you one or two or three, just through balls to run at, but he's not going to do it all game. And when if you don't have Vardy, we're going to need Daka. Unless we get someone else, then we'll definitely be in the thought that Daka perhaps could leave. And from what I'm hearing, is Everton have an interest in Daka. So I don't know. It's going to be a crazy window in my opinion, but I see us getting 2 more players. But yeah, that's all I have for this pre-match review. Anything that I've missed, anything you want to talk about regarding this match, regarding the previous match against Coventry, leave it all in the comment section below. And of course, if you are new to the stream, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time for the post-match review, which hopefully I'm planning on doing after the match against Burton tomorrow. But anyways, take care.